Good morning and welcome to another edition of What's on Your Mind. Today, we are talking all things security. Security with your car, security at home, security online. Everything to do with security on this episode of What's on Your Mind. We'll be right back after this.
What's on your mind? Let's talk it out. With Olive and Val, there's never a doubt. Morning vibes that feel so fine. Tune in now, it's breakfast time.
First time. I love it when we do that. Welcome. This is What's on Your Mind. My name is DJ Val. This is...
The Real Deal Olive.
Oh, she says real deal when she's in the studio. When we're in the home studio, it's Olive. But now we're here, real deal.
When I say, even in my head, I want to go like this. The Real Deal Olive. Like the Real Deal Holyfield.
Like the Real Deal
Hello.
Holyfield.
Good morning. Good day. Bonjour. Bonsoir. Ça va? Prive. Gama Jobra. Habari. Ugali. How are you? You good? How are you? Answers in the postcard. Where are you coming from? Where are you tuning in from? Are you shopping? Are you in bed? What are you doing? Nursing a cup of tea, cup of coffee? You're welcome.
I was just thinking, some people don't know what postcards are. Do you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? When I say answers in the postcard, do you know what that means? Or when we say, do you know what that means? Remember the generation when you used to send postcards when you go on holiday? Postcards was how we communicated, letters, pavillon. Do you remember that? You are very welcome to another On Location episode. Today, we're switching gear. I am not the talent. Today, guess who is your main host? None other than the incomparable, the comedic, the very, very funny DJ Val. Some of you know him as Elder Valentine. Some of you even call him Don Valentino and Don Sinatra for his musical interludes. Today, he takes us on a journey. He's always reminding us anyway about security. So today, he's going to deep dive into this. Pay attention. Call your mums, your aunties, your relatives, your friends, your uncles, everybody. Get the cats and dogs. Everybody should be tuning into this. DJ Val, over to you.
Everybody should be tuning into this.
Mm-hmm.
I'd thought about this for a little while because it is one of my passions, security.
It is.
More so online. But then in our little discussion, we said, well, why don't we do something that's kind of like widens the remit for everybody? So that's why we thought, let's do something that's a little bit more in depth and
a
looks
show
at
dedicated to it.
Yeah, and looks at different things as well. So I want to jump straight into this, right? So we're looking at 3 areas today, which is your home security, car security, and online security. So imagine this, you're walking outside and your car is gone, or someone is watching you at home without you knowing, or your identity is being used. These are 3 things that can cause us a lot of anxiety and a lot of worry. And on today's show, we're going to look how we can best protect ourselves. I want to start off with cars, because the car thing is really... It's not necessarily a man thing, but it's quite a hot topic at Casa de Faraday at the moment. Why? Because it was around this time last year. I woke up one faithful Monday morning after worshiping the Lord Almighty in the beauty of His holiness, looked out the window, and my car had been raptured.
To car heaven.
To car heaven, which was a bit worrying because I'm thinking, what about us humans? We didn't make the cut. We didn't make the thing. But no, I looked out of my car in the morning, looked out the window in the morning, and lo and behold, car was just gone. And I was in a state of confusion, first of all. The normal thing you do in that situation is you start looking in places that you didn't really park, So I thought to myself, did I park around the corner? I know I didn't. But, you know, the mind does a lot of things. And I think that's part of the anxiety and the stress of the actual event. It was pronounced stolen.
Pronounced stolen.
Not dead.
Pronounced dead.
Pronounced stolen. And yeah, and that was about 6:30 a.m. in the morning. By 11:30 or by 12 o'clock, my car had suddenly, not miraculously, but it had been returned to me. We found it, and you can imagine the relief on my mind. And I just want to go through some of the things that I went through to get the car recovered, some of the tools that I used or will be using as well going forward just to help around security and prevention. So here's some interesting stats, right? Did you know that 1 in every 10 minutes did you know that 148 cars are stolen every day in the UK?
I actually thought it was less, but
Okay, it was 148, which
that's a lot.
Works out to be, while we've done the intro, that would have been one car had been stolen.
Yeah.
So 1 in every 10 minutes,
That's
basically.
serious. That is
so
really
that
serious.
is,
That's high.
by the time you finish watching this show, which is probably about 50 minutes long, how many does that work out to be? 10? One? What's the math now?
One in every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So five cars.
5 cars will be stolen. And they're not stealing, your jalopies. They're going for good value cars, high end, not necessarily even luxury cars, but just,
high performing cars.
Good.
That's it.
Yeah.
Good, sensible cars, as somebody said.
Cars are of good value. So that's about 50,000 a year from the stats. And I'm going to...
rising.
Yep, 50,000.
And rising.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't go down. Every year it's more. And I'll say this because we're just looking at the brands. Can you name a brand that you think would be stolen?
I'll start from Range Rover because I know that.
Everybody knows Range Rovers.
Range Rover is...
Everybody knows Range Rovers get stolen. Yep.
Lexus.
Yes, Lexus is on the list.
Yeah,
yep.
That's your car.
That's my car. Yep.
Volkswagen that's a good solid brand.
Yep, Volkswagen. Okay.
And in the same range with Range Rover, Land Rover, and Land Cruiser is also there.
Yep.
And what's the other one you used to have as well? That's a high theft one. Oh, Audi.
Audi. Yep. Audis go. Yep. Anything else?
BMWs apparently.
BMWs. Yep. That's great. Anything else?
The good old simple but reliable Ford cars because they have a wide range now.
Yep. Ford is on the list as well.
Toyota. Those are sensible.
Toyota, Lexus, same. Yep.
That's it. Yeah, Toyota and Lexus, same family.
That's pretty much it. Yep. So well done. Ford, BMW, Toyota, Mercedes, Land Rover, Range Rover, Land Rover, Audi, and Volkswagen. That's pretty much.
Our listeners are checking. It's my car on that list. It's my brand
your
on
car
that
may
list.
well be on one of these.
Yeah.
And even if it's not,
That doesn't mean
these are just the most popular.
more at risk.
Well, the ones that more desirable. Yeah,
More at risk.
Yeah, the more desirable ones. So, how do they steal them? Do you know how they're stolen?
Tell me, darling. Sorry, tell me, DJ Val.
It's not that kind of show, people. It's not that kind of show. But yes, I shall tell you, my dear. Very simply, what they do is there will be somebody outside your house with a relay, and it's called a relay attack. They pick up the signal of your car keys. They then relay that to your car, use that to get into your car, and they're gone. It's as easy as that. And literally, it can take less than a minute. That's all they do. Lift it up, pick up your signal. Occasionally, if they are really desperate, they will break into your house to get the keys. Which, again, hopefully we'll be able to talk a little bit about being safe when we do that in terms of your home security. But that's, in that's how easy it is. And it's because of all the keys that we have nowadays. These keys are keys with remote entry, or they call it easy entry or easy access entry. And that's, when the good old days when you had your car key, you were fine. But
nanotechnology has helped, but it's also, that's a downside to it.
Yeah. So you can't, there's a couple of things I think about car thefts. One is that, as I said, they can come into your house. And then the other thing is they're just looking for an opportunity where you're not paying attention to what's going on for them to be able to do it. So your car can get stolen even in the supermarket as well.
Yes.
That's another one too. So they're there.
The big car parks.
They follow you into the car park or they follow you into where you're going. And by the time you're leaving to get out, to go somewhere, again, they set up the relay attack and they can be in your car and they're gone. And, you went in, maybe to go and buy something in the supermarket. By the time you come out, you're thinking to yourself, where did you park? Especially in a supermarket, somebody else would have parked in your spot maybe. You're thinking, is that where I parked? And then the whole worry. But we want to talk about ways in which you can prevent your car being stolen.
Prevent or protect?
Prevent it being stolen.
Okay.
Yeah, prevention rather than... But I think it's more prevention.
Okay.
Because one of the things with a car alarm or a car system, it will prevent the car being stolen, but it may not prevent the damage that will come to the car as well. Okay. So, yeah, I guess it will. And one of the things, I'm sure you can see it down here, which I got after my car was stolen. I wish I had one before. You never think of these things until you become a victim. I'm a victim of crime. Can you imagine? Me, DJ Val, I'm a victim of crime. But one of the things that I got to really help, which is a huge deterrent, it is this gigantic thing called a disc lock.
So it's a steering wheel lock.
Yeah.
Much like the other old-fashioned...
So there are other steering locks out there. I should act like the BBC and say there are other steering locks and different kind of crowbars and the ones that go on your accelerator and everything else. But I opted on this because I believe, and this is just my personal opinion, that this is one of the most secure ways in which you can protect your vehicle. And deter any would-be attackers or thieves from even thinking twice about looking at your car. This is solid.
Very visible.
It's also, it comes in grey as well, but
even the grey one is also visible.
It's visible, but I really wanted it to be. I didn't want anyone to even think they have a chance of getting through. And
slow you down, slow the thought down.
Yeah, so if you go past, you say, Disklok. No, I'm going to keep it moving. It doesn't look nice with the car. It may not look fashionable, but believe you me, the whole idea is it's a deterrent.
Yeah.
And this will act as a good deterrent. I'll show you the back. Oh, God.
It is heavy.
So
that's it.
This is it. It's like it's in two halves but joined together. That goes over your steering. Hence the term disc lock. That goes in and that is locked.
Wow.
So imagine that's on your steering wheel. You even if you could start the car, how are you going to drive? Because this would go around and either hit the windshield or hit the console. So this is a great tool to have in the car protection business, to act as a huge deterrent to anybody who may well decide to think that your car is... You can't get these off. I think you can. There's nothing that you can't break into. However, for the time and the effort it would take, they would probably find someone else who doesn't have one of these. So there you go. That's just a bit of DJ Val thoughts.
Show and tell.
Yep, show and tell in terms of what you use to... And it is about a deterrent. as I said, we don't know. We just don't know how people see, even with the immobilizers. So one of the things that they use with the Lexus cars is they can start the car by exploiting a vulnerability in the wheel arch. So they go in behind it, they fit it with the lights, and you can get the car to start. So you may have the best immobilizer in the world, but all I can see is Lexus ready to be stolen. And I'll give it a go. Then when it doesn't start, you've still got the damage. And this is my thing. You just don't want anybody fiddling or tampering with your vehicle. So get yourself one of those. We will provide a link, actually, for these things. I think that's, good to do. Okay.
That's right. And if you're going to make a purchase, do tell them where you heard the information
that
from.
is a very, very good point. If you do make a purchase, tell them you are listening to the What's on Your Mind podcast with DJ Val and the Real Deal Olive, and based on that you went across and you got yourself one of these. I wouldn't say they are cheap and cheery. They're probably premium is what say, but you can't put a value on your car not being tampered with. Now, that's not to say that you should leave your bag, your coat, your mobile phone and all that stuff in the car. That's another story for another day. That's just not, you'll be a victim of theft. They'll break your glass and they'll take your car. So do make sure that the inside of your car is always clear. All right, so that's a visible deterrent. The other thing you can use is one of these, which I go around.
A Faraday pouch.
Yes, it is a Faraday pouch. Well, I was surprised you knew that was a Faraday pouch. No, it's just the way you said it, Faraday pouch. That's really good. It is indeed a Faraday pouch. What does a Faraday pouch do? It blocks... Oh, do you know?
Since you don't think I know, go ahead.
You're just a beautiful lady. You don't need to worry yourself with these technicalities. So,
I'm not just beautiful, I'm intelligent. Okay? So part of that intelligence is sometimes I do know stuff people don't think I would know. It does block the key signal.
It does block the key signal. So do you know something else that blocks a key signal?
No. Oh, is it the foil thing? The foil technology? No. The microwave?
Yeah, the microwave.
I've heard you say that at home. Yeah.
So if you don't have one of these, you can buy these on Amazon. I will provide a link. I think it's generic. There's different brands. There's different things. But what this does is when you're out and about or you're at home, this blocks the signal, which means that the thieves can't do a relay attack. They can't pick up a signal from your key and then relay it to the car, because this blocks out all signals. So grab yourself one of these, especially when you're going out as well. Don't think it's just at home. You may go out and somebody, you just want to block any opportunity where somebody might think, if you're in a car park. So the car park by the park at the back, where the coffee shop is near us?
The cricket car park.
Yeah, so they always say, there's a sign up there to say, make sure you put your keys in a Faraday pouch.
Really?
Because
they know the people who go there.
Because they know you're going to be in proximity.
Yeah.
And, they go out there with their thing and they're going to grab it. So grab yourself.
That's good on them.
Yeah, it's very good, right?
I've never noticed it.
Yeah. Okay. So make sure you grab yourself a Faraday pouch that blocks out the signal as well. So the other thing that we will talk about which I kind of alluded to as well, was like an immobilizer stroke tracker.
That's it. Most cars have that. Most cars
have an immobilizer. Mine had an immobilizer, but they still were able, because with the relay works on the key being present. So if the key's present, the immobilizer deactivates. So if you get a third party one, it works on you having another form of security, like a security tag.
Additional layer?
Yeah. A Bluetooth tag. So the one I use, which again, there are many brands out there. I use a Ghost immobilizer, and it comes with a particular tag. And that tag, if that tag's not present, the car won't start.
Is that the same as the AirTag?
No.
Okay, that's different.
Not the same as the AirTag. This is... when I give you the keys and I give you two things? Yeah, one of those is...
that's the immobilizer.
That's the immobilizer. So without that, you can be in the car, you've opened the car, you think you're in, the alarm will go off because the tag isn't there. So that's That's another. And there's different brands, different levels that you want. My one, if the alarm goes off, the phone rings to let you know that the alarm's gone off or something's activated it.
Different levels of different security levels at different brands provide different layers of security.
Yeah, so I think a lot of them mimic themselves in terms of what they give. But you're right. I guess some don't go as far and others go
beyond. It's just you need to research what you need for your car as well.
And what works with your budget.
And what works with your budget, most importantly. Let's move on to AirTags. I want you to get to home security quickly before we take a break.
Well, you didn't ask me how I got my car back.
I'm sorry. I'm moving you on to AirTags. I know how you got your car back. I live with you. All right. So move on to AirTags. Tell us that. That's more fun.
So in my car, fortunately, I had hid what they call an AirTag, and there will be a thing going on the screen right now as we speak. So an AirTag is a small device by Apple. I think there's other people that do very similar things. And what that thing will do is it doesn't just track cars, it can track anything. So, for example, your bags, your luggage, regardless of whatever it is, you put an AirTag on it, it will tell you where it is. They're brilliant. At the time, I didn't realize that I had an AirTag on mine. It's only after the panic had subsided, and then the police said, "Do you have a tracker?" I said, "No." And they said, "What?" They said, "Oh, I have an AirTag." And I've got to give a shout going out there to the guys at the Mac Geek Gab, right? They were the guys that said, get an AirTag and hide it in your car. So the reason why I can't show you the AirTag is because my AirTag is hidden in the car. And I'll give you another bit of advice. Everybody asks me where the AirTag is. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Do you know where it is?
No, I don't. Yeah.
And that's the safest thing for you to do, is find a place that you think or feel would be best, hide the AirTag in there, and that's it. The battery lasts for up to a couple of years, and it will always alert you when it runs out. Shall we take a pause for the course?
Remember, security is not always about... I think one thing I learned from your incident was the margin for recovery when you have secure all the security layers you've talked about, increase your margin for recovering your lost product. In this situation, we're talking car. Okay.
Yeah, and that's really true. And just to say, the chance that mine would come back in 5 or 6 hours, even the police were shocked.
Yeah. So what time did you recover your car again?
So we called it in at 6:30. By 12 o'clock, it was back at home.
Fine. Yeah. So that's what we're saying. So these layers of security, especially with the AirTag that he's talked about, just increases that margin of recovery. Right.
All right. We'll take a break. How do you feel about having a little bit of soul?
I do have soul, especially in the studio here. The soul level, the soul vibe is always different. Don't go anywhere. Have you got soul?
I've got soul. We've got soul. You've got soul. We've all got soul.
Answers on a postcard.
This isn't just music,
it's prayer in a melody,
truth in conversation,
and community in sound.
What if you know,
you know,
you know,
you feel it in your soul.
I have soul.
Soul Food Gospel Radio.
I have soul.
singing out of
radio. Oh, it doesn't sound off key when I listen back to the show. Welcome back as we are talking all things security, safety, just protection in general, I think, as well. I want to talk on something that I never thought about until the car went missing, and that was home security. Have you ever been burgled?
My love. How can you not remember that? We had that invasion in the first, we'd moved, remember? We'd moved from, that'll be bleak in your memory because it was just when we got separated.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
So one of the first house we moved into after we were separated, literally we moved in, and it was a week after we moved in, and we were, oh my goodness, the mother of all invasions. The house was turned upside down. And you all know how I love my jewelry. Funny enough, they didn't take any of the technical gadget. They didn't take any of that. It was just my jewelry they went for. Literally, because they must have gone through my things with a scanner, because they took everything that was of value. So even with my beads and my beads, they only took the pearls. So I'm like, they took their time. Yeah.
And how did that make you feel?
The moment the lease, I didn't renew the lease there. I could never. I think that is one place I've lived. I tried, I really tried to rise. I could never settle. And then getting used to, carry on. Let me not go into, you go into all the bits.
No, it's good to get the emotion, because that's what I'm after.
Yeah. I could never settle. I was paranoid. After the police came, the fingerprint dusts everywhere. And the house was a white house. So everything, it took me forever to clean off all of those things. I had a side gate. I was just paranoid. I was obsessed.
That's the word.
Could it be this person? Could it be? But I tell you, at the end of it, I'll tell you who it was that did it.
No,
found
don't
out.
tell us who it was.
We found out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found out who he was anyway. It was I'm going to tell you who he was as part of a safety.
Okay,
We'll
go
tell
for
you.
it.
No, we wouldn't tell you who it was, but we'll tell you.
How it happened. Okay.
We'll tell you the people.
Okay, we can touch on that.
In protection.
So, because the car was stolen, and it was stolen in front of the house, and more importantly, I'm now thinking to myself, you hear terrible stories of how they now break into the house because they're looking for the keys and everything else that goes around that too. So it then made me more conscious about our home security. So, can you stop your house being broken into?
You can't, but much like the car security, there are also layers of protection that make it a bit more difficult, and that also act as a deterrent. That's really what you want, deterrent. Deterring them from coming in is what you want.
Deterrent is the biggest thing that you can do.
Make it harder for them.
They broke into Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle.
Yeah. But did they get away with anything? Nothing, because it was difficult.
He got into the Queen's house, wasn't he? He was wandering around, that guy.
Well, again, he didn't go into burgle. Do you see what I mean?
I don't want even if you're coming to sightsee or make me tea or coffee, you are not invited. We don't want you.
You're invading. You're trespassing.
Yeah, and it does, and that made me more conscious about security. Made me more conscious about our home and our house as well. And for me, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, anything could have happened. Christine was home then as well. I thought, no, do better. So we got some things in, but let's go for these simple things, which we all manage to forget in life. First one, lock doors and windows properly. You laugh,
It's true.
but it happens.
Yeah. You think you've locked the door, you walk away, the wind blows and the door just opens.
just
yeah.
opens.
That's happened to me
So
many
one of our
times.
old houses, that famous door
Yeah.
would never close, and then it would be open.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh God, the door's open. I've done it before where I've gone out, thought I've closed the door, and it was open when the next person comes. Fortunately, again,
Honestly.
people didn't take advantage of that. But again, that is still the biggest weakness, is the number one thing that people report back is that, oh, I left the window open, or I left the door. And the window, don't think because the window's on the second floor. Windows, when we closed our windows today, I don't think I closed upstairs.
I did upstairs.
The other thing you can do, which is a great deterrent, remember, closed windows, deterrent. Closed doors, deterrent, not an easy vector of attack.
Yeah.
Second one is a video doorbell. So again,
Most people have that now.
there are many, many brands out there, not just Ring, which is one of the more popular ones. I think, is it Vector or something? There's another one.
Hive.
Does Hive do doorbell?
They started it. Hive started it.
Okay. I didn't know they did doorbells as well. But again, it acts as a deterrent because people know that they're going to be videoed when they come up to the house. And that video isn't stored on the device, it's stored in the cloud. So there could be some information that, can go up there. Another one which works out really well is a light sensor. So when people go past your house, the lights come
That's
on.
it. That
That startles.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Even I get started when I walk past someone's house.
Yep.
And that happens. Yeah.
And, especially at the back of your house as well, somebody comes past or they come in, it comes on, and sometimes that motion sensor thing can even wake you up. Or I think with the Ring one, the Ring does similar things as well, not just a doorbell. You can have ones for the garden, there's the whole, I was going to call it Internet of Things, but the whole like home hub thing where it's got sensors everywhere so you can be, but again, what do these things do? They won't prevent somebody, but it will act as a deterrent. Okay.
I realized that part of the security measure in the house was that my husband could hear, he could see the kitchen and hear my conversations.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Ring. It comes with an app as well. So, it's the one where you're not there or there's some, it says motion detected, and then you go, oh, what's going on? And then I can hear what goes on.
Oh my goodness.
It's a bit like an adult baby monitor.
It was the kids that told me, you do know that Dad can hear all your conversations. Like when I'm moaning out loud about him. And I don't moan at him. I moan out loud on my own. Say, for instance, I come in and the kitchen is a mess.
That's not part of
and
this
I'm
show.
like, no, they need to hear my angle. And I'm
Okay.
like, oh my goodness. So when I say my husband hearing me, not that I'm doing anything sinister, that's what I mean. I'm just moaning out loud, and I don't want my husband to hear my inner thoughts about the situation.
I think you just do let me hear the inner thoughts as well, so that's okay. It's all right. Security cameras, actual security cameras outside as well can act as a deterrent too. It's a bit like when you go into shops and they say you're now being recorded. It's supposed to deter would-be shoplifters. It doesn't, 9 times out
A
of 10.
security camera is the same as alarms, home alarms.
So they can be linked into those,
can
but
be
the
linked,
camera, the whole idea of the camera is to show that that space is being recorded.
Okay.
So, for example, if you notice some of those offices, you see the camera.
Yeah.
Or you're on the tube, you see the camera.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is, okay, it looks like somebody could be monitoring real time.
Okay,
or it could be
okay,
recorded.
I
But
get it.
The thing is, I'm thinking like if you live out in the country,
Yes.
you're not, we're, yes, we're in the village, but if you're like by yourself,
Yes.
landed home,
Yeah.
you're there, and
Some farms have
farms,
cameras from the point of entry into a property. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So all of these things act as deterrents of some kind. It may not prevent, but it acts as a deterrent. Okay, and I guess the other one. Tell us about how you worked out who burgled your house.
That was simply by default, where because I was. So the company that had rented, that had given me the removers,
Yeah.
I continued to use the company.
Yeah.
But then, and they would do different things, but then I kept getting bad feedback from it. So for instance, if I'd send them to do that job, I'd referred them, not necessarily send them, but referred them. So every referral I made with them, I had a bad feedback. So there were about 3 bad feedbacks. Then I went to the owner of the company. And I happened to bump into him and I was like, yes, Mr. Who and so. What's going on here? This is not good for the company, blah, blah, blah. Then he begins to tell me, oh my goodness, I said, yes, I sent you those text messages, and he apologized. Then begins to tell me other things that's happened. So it happened that it was one of his staff members. And unfortunately, I wasn't the only one that it had happened to. Okay. So, but the police he had gotten caught at that point. And the point when he was telling me this, that guy was actually in prison.
Okay. So that leads me nicely into my last point about very similar, but don't broadcast your absence. I see a lot of you.
You didn't talk to us about home alarms. Because I had to get a home alarm after that incident. And that's when I had to look into the different kinds. Okay, whilst you're thinking of it, at that point, oh my goodness, I think it was Horizon was the name of the company of the one I got at that point, because they were cheaper than ADT. Yeah. ADT was the big company at that point. Now with some of these ones, they come and now there's another one called Verisure. You see the adverts on TV.
They do the alarms as well.
Yeah, and they do different bundles of different things now because of the need, how they want to pitch it. So they will do the ring along. Again, the professional ones tend to, again, different layers of security, where if the first time your alarm goes off, they try and reach you on your phone. If you don't pick, I think 3 rings, if you don't pick, they send a police person out to do a welfare check. So different levels. That's what I had. So whenever, for instance, it was raining and some object hit my door or something, there will be an alert and I'll get a phone call. Is everything okay? There will be a text. If I didn't respond to that text, I'll get a phone call. So
it's a bit like the car thing then. When once it's gone off. But yeah, that is quite an important point about having a home alarm system, which is just, you're taking your home security to another level. Yeah. So a ring isn't really, it's not, well, yeah, I suppose you can see people if they're trying to do stuff, but taking that extra level with some of these other manned services.
Yes, those services are manned, and
see, your ring is just you. You're the person, but when you have a monitoring service that is watching,
they do an analytics. They watch your patterns, and when they see you're making errors, and because they're different, again, depending on the kind of package you had, if I had a door open, they will send me a message, because they will get that gush of wind, and if the camera could see the door was open, so I found their service really good.
Okay,
really
which
good.
brand was that?
I think then it was called Horizon. They became Verisure.
Oh, okay.
Either Verisure bought them, or
no, we're not
sponsored by any of these brands.
Find which one works
for you.
I
Yes.
find personal recommendation on these things work really well. We recommend what we've used.
Yeah.
I haven't used that. The Real Deal has. She's highly recommending it. So maybe something to have a look at if you haven't thought. And if you haven't been burgled, praise the Lord,
praise
saints.
the Lord.
Will it happen? Not in Jesus' name. However,
prevention
is better than
prevention. And if you
didn't finish the statement.
It's better than cure. I'm sorry, darling. But again, the aim of this is to make you aware of the deterrents that you need to have in place. Be more security aware, become more security conscious.
And I just want to say was that you may just think this is just a show, Okay, and I know we go out to different people, different faiths, different races, different people that interact with us. But believe you me, when I feel that there's a divine inspiration here to reach out and say, be more secure and be more safe. With your car, with your home, and we're going to talk about online as well. But one of the key things which linked into what you were saying about your house being burgled.
They watched our patterns, so
Is-
they knew when we were not home. And then you were talking about the whole now with the online, with the inception of social media.
Yeah.
You're saying to us, don't broadcast.
People broadcast where they go, oh, I'm off to Marbella. Well, hey, here's me leaving the house. Here's me in my cab.
Yeah.
Here's me at the airport.
Yeah.
I've just got enough information for me to come and at least attempt to break into your house because I don't know whether or not you're there or not. It was a friend of ours, remember, that they'd gone on holiday. And it was the cabman that had arranged to have their house burgled.
Yeah.
The person that took them to the airport.
Yeah. It's
So-
bewildering.
Again, I'm not saying that we must all live like hermits, but just
And be paranoid.
aware of what you're doing, especially when you're doing these things as well. The other trick is, which is, I'm sure our parents told us, always, leave the lights on, make it look as if there's somebody at home.
Yeah.
Nowadays you can have one of those, remote light things.
Alexa, switch on the light.
Yeah. And the light will go on, or you put it on a timer and the lights will come off and on like there's somebody home. So again, these are things that you can do that will act as a deterrent. But we've kind of spoken a bit about the online mistakes that we make in broadcasting everything from, broadcast. I mean, okay, you may broadcast your front door and you may feel that it's all right. But again, just be a little bit more conscious of what information. Remind me, I've got to give you a joke at the end.
And also another one, I know it's old-fashioned, and in this day where everybody lives individualistic lives, in those days when you were going away, you would ask your neighbors to watch over your house.
You would. Our neighbours say, look, we're away for a few days.
They tell us.
And
So
we
we
say
listen
we
out.
do the same as well. Yeah.
And we listen out. We listen out. They'll say, oh, we're expecting this parcel. We've told them to drop it with you. And those things don't happen anymore. So if you still have it, lovely, use it. But if you don't, do ensure that you take other preventative measures.
Yeah, just be safe and think about it. Maybe it's a time for you to make friends with your neighbours and, just who knows. We will roll on because I think time is
Internet.
a ticket.
Touch on internet for us.
We're doing
online.
a bit of online security. So I'll run through the basics, and one of the most basic things is your password.
We've talked about this before. We're just reminding you. So we're not deep diving.
We're not deep diving, but use a strong password on any account. What does a strong password mean? Password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is not safe. Even if it goes up to 9, it's still not safe. Even if it's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, it's still not safe. Do not use basic passwords. Use phrases is a good one if you don't want to try and remember a sequence of numbers. I know Alistair likes to use his 26-character hexadecimal logins and stuff like that, but he uses a password manager. But this is just basics. Think of phrases. The fat cow jumps over the moon. That can be your password.
Yep.
With 7 at the end. Much easier for you to remember. But again, these are just the basics. Don't reuse the same password everywhere. Did I say that?
Yeah.
Shall I say it again?
No. Move on.
Don't use the same password everywhere. And of course, one of the most basic things is to think before you click. Before you think, do I need to click to see the rabbits dancing on the moon?
Yeah.
No. Do I need to click because I've won the Nigerian lottery or I've won the South American lottery? Do I need to click? No. Wait, think before you click, and just try to take it easy. So here's the thing: most people don't get hacked because they're unlucky. They get caught because they make simple mistakes, and that's all it is. Even me, this security person, I've been caught. Don't get caught, but I've been caught. So It can happen to anybody. So weak passwords, using the same password everywhere, clicking on links too quickly, oversharing personal information in this world of sharing, accepting strangers onto your friends list. So again, especially things like Facebook, you accept them on and it gives them access to a lot of things about you. For example, most people, I can tell you what year they're born. I'm not a magician, but they celebrate their 50th birthday and they make sure that they put a flyer up on their YouTube or Instagram or wherever. Hey, I'm 50 today. I just know your date of birth straight away. Oh, I remember my very first car that I had when I was a youngster. Oh, it was a Renault something. Oh, I know your very first car now. That's 2 bits of information. Your date of birth, I know your full name. And now, so it's so easy for these people to get all of this information. Not to be paranoid, but I'm just saying. So accepting strangers, ignoring important updates on apps.
Yeah.
Most updates are security related. They will not always say that there was a major bug or an issue, but when an update comes, I'm not doing that, it's going to mess up everything. Update your devices regularly, okay? So just to finish off, don't rush, don't trust everything, and don't share everything, okay? You got anything else you'd like to say about that?
Just a quick addition. I mean, I know you were saying that you just were urging us not to ignore the show because, here we go again, security. It's all part of that resetting our minds, resetting our mindset in just how much reset can I do? Oh, Olive, reset this, reset that. But if we constantly remind ourselves, then slowly and gradually it becomes part and parcel of us. And safety is no longer a thing that somebody else has to think for us. We become aware of it. Just like when we became energy conscious, where we would teach the children, switch off, unplug, switch off at night, we'll switch off everything. That's how security and these other things too are. Awareness plus simple habits equals or equates eventually to real security.
Okay. So we just finish off because there isn't that much more to say really. So car, make sure you protect your vehicle. Home, protect your space. Online, protect your identity. Security isn't fear, it's about having wisdom. So we're not approaching this from a point of we should be scared. We're approaching it from a point of we need to get smarter to make sure that we protect the things that really matter to us. So just to recap on a few of the show and tell. So we had the Disklok.
For car security?
For car security, this huge thing, I'm sure you can see it in that camera over there. It is really
heavy.
I mean, I was thinking, there's many things that you could do with this as well, but this is, it's not, you can work out with it as well.
That's right. Can use my weights.
Use it as weight. Disklok.
Faraday pouch.
Your Faraday pouch.
Immobilizer.
Which is that. Your car immobilizer.
And your AirTag.
AirTag as well. For your home, you've got your home security. A managed home security. You've got your, make sure you lock your doors, your
lights, cameras, alarms,
windows and doors, lights, camera, alarm, have those Ring doorbells and all that
side
great
gates,
stuff.
Side gates as
side
well.
gate
For
as
those who
well.
have side gates, yes. Because the summer is coming, spring is here. We're using our garden more. So I know sometimes we've cleaned out and we've done, and we just
and you forget to close the gate.
to close the side gate. Yes.
Yeah. I do that quite because I go out there probably more than most. So do make sure that you're, just a general thing. I think like just in the evening, before you go to bed, just check. Just do a quick security check. Then online, we've got, stay alert online, make sure of your passwords, scams and sharing. If you're unsure, ask somebody that knows.
Or delete.
Or delete. Or
delete.
Or, if it sounds too good to be true.
Delete.
As Emmanuel said when we did the security, if it sounds too good to be true, which camera am I looking at? This one. If it sounds too good to be true,
it's not true.
It's not true. Don't make that mistake. All right. And I love this, right? Security isn't complicated.
It's consistent.
It is consistent.
Just like any good habit.
Yeah.
Good habits aren't complicated.
Yeah.
We just need to stay consistent with them. And in order to stay consistent with them, you need the right mindset to anchor you. It's the mindset that anchors the consistency.
There you go. So, folks, that's it. We are done. It's been an amazing time. Thank you all for joining us on this very, very special security update show. I feel like it was really important. We should have
DJ
had a-
Val, thank you so much. I feel like I had a day off. I feel like I had a
Really?
break. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Don't
Just
get used to it.
watching you in your element. I need to find more subjects that just tap into your inner zen. This was just so
Can
you.
do anything.
Okay.
I'll do anything for
For
you.
you,
Just
yeah,
anything for you.
The problem why I don't sing along. Someone said to me, why don't you sing along with DJ Val? I said half the time he's singing out of tune.
It's not true.
But he sings so good though,
That's not
out
true.
of tune.
All right, we've got to wrap up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much indeed. We will, you need to do your
May
closing.
the good Lord keep us
you-
all safe.
Yep.
May he preserve and watch over all that concerns us. May he give us the wisdom to do right by ourselves. Remember, do not render evil for evil, but instead be the change that you want to see and the Lord wishes you to be. God bless you.
Adios, muchachos. We are out of here. What's on your mind? You're singing with me now. Let's work it out.
I want to stand up and dance. They don't
No,
see me
you can't
dancing.
see you dance
Oh, I
on the camera.
can't.
No, and you're
okay.
also moving away from the mic. So can
okay.
we
We all live and vibe.
What's on your mind? Let's talk it out. With Olive and Val, there's never a doubt. Morning vibes that feel so fine. Tune in now, it's breakfast.